Supplementary A. Understanding the requirements of Clause 5 of ISO 15189:2022. Learning objectives. Understand that the requirements of Clause 5 of the standard ISO 15189:2022. Know what to do, have, and look for in Clause 5 of the standard ISO 15189:2022. Note: all text highlighted in red is the reference to the applicable clause of ISO 15189:2012. 5. Structural and governance requirements. 5.1 Legal entity. 4.1.2 Legal entity. The laboratory must be an entity that can be held legally responsible for its activities. Is the laboratory a part of an organization? If yes, can this organization be held legally responsible for its activities? Is the laboratory a government body? What to do, have, and look for in 5.1. Documentation of legal entity. 5.2 Laboratory Director 4.1.1 for Laboratory Director. 5.2.1 Laboratory Director Competence. Who is / are the directors of the laboratory? What is / are their name? S are the qualifications, competence, delegated authority, and responsibility of lab director specified anywhere. Do the directors have resources to fulfill the requirements of ISO 15189:2022? 5.2 Laboratory Director 4.1.1 for Laboratory Director. The laboratory director must be responsible for the implementation of the management system. The laboratory director must be responsible for application of risk management to all aspects of the laboratory operations. The duties and responsibilities of the laboratory director must be documented. 5.2 Laboratory Director 4.1.1 for Laboratory Director. The lab director may delegate either selected duties or responsibilities, or both, to qualified and competent personnel. The delegation of duties or responsibilities shall be documented. The laboratory director maintains the ultimate responsibility for the overall operation of the laboratory. What to do, have, and look for in 5.2. Job position of director, deputy / delegation document. 5.3 Laboratory activities. 5.3.1 General 4.1.1 General. The laboratory shall specify and document the entire range of laboratory activities for which it conforms to ISO 15189:2022. The laboratory shall specify and document the range of laboratory activities performed at sites other than the main location. The laboratory shall specify and document the laboratory activities for point-of-care testing, sample collection. The laboratory must exclude externally provided laboratory activities when claiming conformity with ISO 15189. 5.3 Laboratory activities. 5.3.2 Conformance with requirements 4.1.2.3 Quality policy. The entire range of specified and documented laboratory activities shall meet the requirements of ISO 15189. The users, regulatory authorities, and organizations providing recognition. 5.3 Laboratory activities. 5.3.3 Advisory activities. 4.7 Advisory services. The laboratory management ensures to provide appropriate advice and interpretation that meet the needs of patients and users. The laboratory shall establish arrangements for communicating with laboratory users when applicable. Advise users on choice and use of examinations, including required type of sample, clinical indications and limitations of examination methods, and the frequency of requesting the examination. Provide users with professional judgments on the interpretation of the results. Of examinations, promote the effective utilization of laboratory examinations. Advise users on scientific and logistical matters, such as instances of failure of samples to meet acceptability criteria. What to do, have, and look for in 5.3. Documentation of the entire range of laboratory activities for which it conforms to ISO 15189:2022, the range of laboratory activities performed at sites other than the main location. The laboratory activities for point-of-care testing, sample collection, externally provided laboratory services, advisory matrix, activities when claiming conformity with ISO 15189:2022. 5.4 Structure and Authority 4.1, 2.5 Responsibility, Authority, and Interrelationships. 5.4.1 General. The laboratory shall define its organization and management structure, organization charts, its place in any parent organization, define relationships between its management, technical operations, and support services. The laboratory shall specify the responsibility, authority, lines of communication, and interrelationship of all personnel who manage, perform, or verify work affecting the results of laboratory activities, e.g., job positions, organogram. The laboratory shall specify its procedures. To ensure the consistent application of laboratory activities and the validity of the results as per the Document Master Register. 5.4 Structure and Authority 4.1, 2.5 Responsibility, Authority, and Interrelationships. 5.4.2 Quality Management 4.1.2.7 Quality Manager. The laboratory shall appoint quality managers/personnel who, irrespective of other responsibilities, have the authority and resources needed for laboratory management system. Quality managers/personnel shall have the authority and resources for implementation, maintenance, and improvement of the management system. Shall have the authority and resources for identification of deviations from the management system or from the procedures for performing laboratory activities, shall have the authority, and resources for initiation of actions to prevent or minimize such deviations, shall report to laboratory management on the performance of the management system and any need for improvement. Shall have the authority and resources for ensuring the effectiveness of laboratory activities. Appointment of a quality manager is a safeguard to impartiality. What to do, have, and look for in 5.4. Organogram, laboratory and parent organization where applicable, staff list, job position, authority matrix the job titles in the organogram, job position, staff list, and authority matrix must be the same. 5.5 Objectives and Policies 4.1.2.1c Management Commitment 4.2.1 General 4.1.2.3 Quality Policy 4.1.2.4 Quality Objectives and Planning 4.12 Continual Improvement 4.14.7 Quality Indicators 4.15.3 Review Activities. The laboratory management shall establish and document, SMART, objectives and policies of the lab. The objectives shall be measurable and consistent with policies. The objectives and policies shall meet the needs and requirements of patients and users of the lab. The objectives and policies shall commit to good professional practice, to provide examinations that fulfill their intended use, to conform to ISO 15189:2022. The objectives and policies shall be implemented at all levels of the laboratory. 5.5 Objectives and Policies 4.1.2.1c Management Commitment 4.2.1 General 4.1.2.3 Quality Policy 4.1.2.4 Quality Objectives and Planning 4.12 Continual Improvement 4.14.7 Quality Indicators 4.15.3 Review Activities. The laboratory management shall ensure to maintain the integrity of the management system when changes to the management system are planned and implemented. The laboratory shall establish quality indicators to evaluate performance throughout key aspects of pre-examination, examination, and post-examination processes and monitor performance in relation to objectives. What to do, have, and look for in 5.5. Records of training quality assurance, records of management commitment, quality policy, quality objectives, and planning, monitoring records of the quality objectives, continual improvement plans, defined quality indicators, monitoring of quality indicators. 5.6 Risk Management 4.12 Continual Improvement 4.13 Control of records, 4.14.6 Risk management, 4.15.2 Review input, 5.6.2.2 Quality control materials. The laboratory management shall establish, implement, and maintain processes for identifying risks of harm to patients. The laboratory management establish, implement, and maintain processes for identifying opportunities for improved patient care associated with its examinations and lab activities. The laboratory management shall develop actions to address both risks and opportunities for improvement. The laboratory director shall ensure that the processes are evaluated for effectiveness and modified when identified as being ineffective. PED-CA cycle. The laboratory management shall make reference to the ISO standards used for managing risk in the laboratory and bio. What to do, have, and look for in 5.6. Records of training on risk management procedure, risk management action plan, continual improvement plans, management review input, quality control materials records. Thank you.